I must say up front, I am very happy for Liam Jacobs joining the Patriotic Alliance. I think it's a good match for him personally, for the growth of his career. I've always said, whatever I criticize Liam Jacobs about and his shortcomings, and I'm vindicated because now Liam Jacobs and Gayton Mckenzie is agreeing with me with what I said.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the On the podcast.
Am I allowed to swear in here?
In Sweden,
Yeah, I know we said let's not blame the government.
it's just sad when we start them becoming indoctrinated. Your view on me.
Hi guys, Emilio Tobias here, back with another episode of the On the Country podcast with Emilio Tobias. We're here to discuss serious things, man. Serious things, give our view, as much as it might be contrary to what everyone is thinking or where everyone's going, but we're here to give our view and speak about South African politics. And no one is hotter right now in the political lexicon. The lexicon, is it vocabulary or is it the things we are talking about? Lexicon, no man. The things we are talking about is the lexicon. But there's no one hotter right now than the boy, Liam Jacobs. Liam Jacobs is making news. I'm back after a week. I haven't made a video in a week because I've been sick. I've been out with flu. In fact, the last video I shot, the card got corrupted. So I don't know if that was God. The card got corrupted and it was me reacting to the live because I saw the live shortly after it happened. Because I came home from a show and I saw the live of Liam Jacobs joining the Patriotic Alliance. Guys, they did another live last night, which I can talk more about that live also. I've said it before because I've been picking up. I don't follow like Patriotic Alliance things, but now and then you'll see like stuff come up in your feed, either on YouTube or on Facebook. But I've said it before. Gayton Mckenzie's lives has taken the space of EFF's or Julius Malema's press conferences of last year. They are that engaging and exciting. Now, of course, Julius Malema's press conference was more formal. They had a statement, and then it had questions and answers, quite similarly to the way Donald Trump does it. Donald Trump and Julius Malema do their press conferences the same, equally engaging, equally entertaining, equally unpredictable. Julius Malema, Donald Trump, they are the same person, I'm telling you. Anyway, so EFF now, while they're down and out in this political system that we're in now, most of the talking around politics is around Gayton Mckenzie, if not Patriotic Alliance. So these lives, which are essentially for PA supporters and members, these aren't press conferences for the public, but it's open to the public, so those who are not PA supporters can still watch and hear what he has to say. These things are engaging, they're predictable, they have like their stories, there's insights into the inner workings of like government, into the inner workings of the PA, into some decisions that Gayton and his team have taken. So Gayton has got it down like that. Now, I must say first and foremost, because Liam Jacobs is also big on the internet, it's going to be a nice culmination now that they are together. But besides the fact that it was completely surprising to see Liam Jacobs shift, and as someone who has criticized Liam Jacobs for his conduct and his manner of doing things. I must say upfront, I am very happy for Liam Jacobs joining the Patriotic Alliance. I think it's a good match for him personally, for the growth of his career. I've always said, whatever I criticize Liam Jacobs about and his shortcomings, and I'm vindicated because now Liam Jacobs and Gayton Mckenzie is agreeing with me with what I said. Now, they said there's some cyber bullies, and those same cyber bullies were in my comments. There were cyber bullies when I was attacking Liam Jacobs, criticizing Liam Jacobs, and in a previous video when I was on Liam Jacobs' side and criticizing Gayton Mckenzie, those cyber bullies were in the comments on both sides. I'm not a cyber bully. I am commenting. As a public person, I'm commenting. So, Liam Jacobs and Gayton Mckenzie, in essence, agree with the sentiments that I've expressed previously about Liam Jacobs. Yes, he's dope. Yes, he's smart. Yes, he'll get there. But he's not there yet. And Gayton Mckenzie and them, in their lives, are saying, this is our plan for Liam. We're not going to send him straight back to Parliament. And we can. But if we, and they reference Umbiza, which I've referenced before, to say Liam must go sit with Umbiza, Liam must go sit with Sihle Lonzi to help him just to up his game. He's already there, but he just needs a few more steps. So I guess Liam is going to go around the party, find out how the party works, the inner workings. The thing about Patriotic Alliance is that it's a very, in a non-condescending way, it seems unorganized, but it's only unorganized to me who is not in it. If you've met PA people, everyone understands where everything is. It's like in a messy room, and I don't mean it in a negative way, so please, I don't mean it in a negative way. But like in a messy room, the people who are in that room, who live in that space, and messy, not disgusting, just like things are in places that seems unintuitive. Everyone in the room who knows where everything's, how this works, everyone knows how the lives work. Like when I go look for Patriotic Alliance lives, they're very difficult to find because it's like it's in a group, or you need to be friends with Gayton Mckenzie on Facebook, or Facebook groups are also like weird ways to. So you know what I mean? Compared to other political parties who have a YouTube channel, who has one YouTube channel, who has one Instagram, one Facebook page that makes it easier just to communicate. But they don't do it like that at PA. Making it very difficult for an outsider to figure out what's going on in there. But everyone in there is completely organized for them. But so now Liam, I guess, is going to go around and learn about the ground, the inner workings, skill himself here and there. Because I do say, hey, by the time we send him back to Parliament, he's going to be sharp. And now Liam Jacobs, for some reason, is not happy. Is okay with being called a child and accepts that he is a child. But that being said, another conversation I would like to have is the colored conversation. Yes, it's been established by Lindiwe Mazibugo, Musi Maimani, Haman Mashaba. Who else has there been? Patricia DeLille. It's been established by them that DA is not a party that wants to see people of color shine. It kind of uses people of color as tools and a means to an end. But still, at the end of the day, the real leadership is the white people. Let's just be fair. And I do believe DA should exist. And I do think it's quite fair and cool that they represent the interests of white people. They just need to be honest about it. But that being said, the interests of white people need to be represented by someone. Because in us moving forward and choosing the direction of the country, people can't be left behind. So you need to always make sure that in the political space there is someone speaking for you. Because if we just left it off to a party that I know it sounds like I'm talking about the EFF, but let's take the extremist view that we have of EFF. If we just let EFF do everything that they wanted, there might be a situation, an extreme situation, where white people are left behind. White people are left behind and they get put into poverty, they get put into, what do you call these things? They lose their money, they get put into shacks, all those things. Yeah, if there's no one representing the interests of white people or other groups who have different ideas, then the person in charge will just do what they want, and it would definitely be negative to the other groups. So, that being said, the conversation of why is there an obsession with a colored vote? I think for the longest time, and you'll hear, if you ever hear colored activists speak about the non-racial, racialist movement that is the ANC. A lot of colored leaders in the ANC early on, I think colored and Indian leaders early on, were part of ANC as a non-racial movement, but understood that because black people were the most oppressed, it was necessary for the ANC to have a black face, and that it shouldn't be that colored and Indian people are forcing to be in the top sixes or forcing to be the presidents of the ANC. It is non-racial, so it should be completely likely and normal that an Indian person or a colored person could rise to the top of the ANC. But I think colored and Indian people had the humility to stay in the organization but have supporting roles around the likes of Mandela and them and Jacob Zuma and them, because it was important that the most oppressed needed to have a black face of their liberation. But in doing that, a lot of colored people were still voting for ANC up until 2004, and that's because colored and Indian people relied, and no fault of black people, but relied on black leadership and black support structures all along to speak for them. And the reason why they are colored Indian and black people and why they're still seen as separate for the most part is because they do have different needs and different desires. So the desires and the needs of colored and Indian people, however basic, was left behind, has been left behind or forgotten or not prioritized in any shape or form. And you've seen the deterioration of the colored community. Indian people kind of saw themselves one side and said, hey man, we're not going to participate in anything, we'll rather just do our own thing, we'll probably be better off by ourselves. Unfortunately, colored people do not have the means to be able to do that, because we've been stripped of culture and, what do you call this thing? Stripped of culture and generational wisdom, which is something that black people do possess. Culture, generational wisdom, and it's something that Indian people do possess. Culture and generational wisdom. Now, this is not a conversation about, yeah, colored people don't have a culture, do have a culture. I mean, literally, colored culture is so brand new that we don't really know what it is. It hasn't gotten to a point yet where it's about building, it's about legacy. Black culture, African culture is about legacy, it's about family, it's about self-preservation, not of individual, but of the group. Colored culture is not there yet because it's still very young. And I don't think colored culture will ever get to be old enough to have that mature culture, if that makes sense. Because I think eventually colored culture will dissipate into where they find themselves. So why is it necessary to have a colored vote? That's my point. And why is this Liam thing bringing up that conversation? Because what do you mean when you say you are home? It's definitely a reference to your coloredness and the fact that PA is, like it or not, a colored party that represents the interests of colored people. Not that it's closed off to white and black people, but its primary focus is the marginalization of colored people. And if you look at what they're doing, or at least their goal right now, is not to say colored people must be on top. It's to say to the ANC, you said there must be representation indicative of the demographics. You have not been doing that. So let's just do that first. Because the ideals of the ANC pre-94 or in 94 was that. So let's stick to it when we're all still agreeing that that's how things should be. And there is now a colored voice to say, we need this, we need that. So in the debate about why is there a colored voice or why there should be a colored voice, and I myself might not be represented by it, but I think if you're a colored person, definitely if you are living in a township, you should definitely vote for the PA. But I want to do a separate video about who should vote for who and why, just so that everyone is represented fairly and evenly. Now, I seem like I'm all over the place and I'm coughing and all these things, but hopefully there's something there to spark a conversation in the comments. Please drop me something in the comments and let's talk about Liam's move, Liam's future. We're allowed to comment on it. He is a public figure. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about this video. What do you think about the colored vote? Should there be a colored vote or consolidation of the colored vote, so to speak? And just another. I don't know how to end the video today, but it's my first time back. I'm even sweating. It's my first day back. I'm even sweating from talking so much. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Like the video, but definitely, most importantly, drop a comment. Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the On the Turn podcast.
Am I allowed to swear in here?
In Sweden.
Yeah, I know we said let's not blame the government.
It's just sad when we start them becoming indoctrinated.
Your view on me.